Standard 10, Subject Science and Technology, Part 2. Lesson number 3, Life Processes in Living Organism, Part 2. Let us see about the development and birth. The zygote formed after fertilization in the oviduct undergoes repeated mitotic division and embryo is formed. Meanwhile, it is pushed toward uterus. Once it reached the uterus, it is implanted and further development occurs after implantation. An organ called as placenta is formed for supply of the food material during the growth in uterus. Embryonic development is completed approximately within 9 months after the fertilization. Let us see about the menstrual cycle. Female reproductive system undergoes some changes at puberty and those changes repeat at the interval of every 28 and 30 days. These repetitive changes are called as the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle is a natural process controlled by 4 hormones. Those 4 hormones are follicle stimulating hormones, luteinizing hormones, estrogen and progesterone. One of the several follicles in the ovary start to develop along with the oocyte present in it under the effect of follicle stimulating hormone. This developing follicle secretes the estrogen. Endometrium of the uterus starts to develop or regenerate under the effect of estrogen. Meanwhile, developing follicle complete its development. It bursts under the effect of luteinizing hormone and oocyte is released out. This is called as ovulation. Remaining tissue of the burst follicle forms the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum starts to secrete the progesterone. Progesterone is also called as the pregnancy hormone. Endometrial glands secrete their secretion under the effect of progesterone. Such endometrium is ready for implantation of embryo. If oocyte is not fertilized within 24 hours, corpus luteum becomes inactive and transforms into corpus albicans. Due to this, secretion of estrogen and progesterone stops completely. Endometrium starts to degenerate in absence of these two hormones. Tissues of degenerating endometrium and unfertilized ovum are discarded out through vagina. This is accompanied with continuous bleeding. Bleeding continues approximately for 5 days. This is called as menstruation. Unless the oocyte is fertilized and embryo is implanted, this process is repeated every month. If the embryo is implanted, repetition of this cycle is temporarily stopped till the parturition and thereafter period of the breastfeeding. Menstrual cycle is a natural process and the woman experiences severe pain during the period. Severe weakness is felt due to heavy bleeding. There is a higher possibility of infection too during this overall period. Due to all such reasons, there is a need of the rest along with special personal hygiene. Now let us see about the reproduction and modern technology. Many couples cannot have the children due to the various reasons. In case of women, irregularity in menstrual cycle, difficulties in oocyte production, obstacle in the oviduct, difficulties in implantation in uterus, and many other reasons are responsible for this. Now see in the men, absence of sperm in the semen, slow movement of sperms, anomalies in the sperms are the reason in case of the male. But now, with the help of advanced medical technique like IVF, surrogacy, sperm bank, childless couples can have a child. Now let us see in vitro fertilization, means IVF. In this technique, fertilization is brought about in the test tube and the embryo formed is implanted in uterus of woman at appropriate time. IVF technique is used for having the child in case of those childless couples who have problems like less sperm count, obstacle in oviduct, etc. Let us see about the surrogacy. Some women have problem in the implantation of embryo in uterus. Such women can take the help of the modern remedial technique called as surrogacy. In this technique, oocyte is collected from the ovary of the woman having problem in implantation in uterus. That oocyte is fertilized in test tube with the help of sperms collected from her husband. The embryo formed from such fertilization is implanted in the uterus of some other woman having normal uterus. Such a woman in whose uterus the embryo is implanted is called as surrogate mother. Now let us see about the sperm bank and semen bank. There are various problems in sperm production in case of the many men. So as to have the children in case of such couples, new concept of sperm bank has been introduced. This concept is similar to blood bank. Semen ejaculated by the desired man is collected after their through physical and mental checkup and stored in the sperm bank. As per the wish of needful couple, oocyte of woman of the concerned couple is fertilized by IVF technique using the semen from sperm bank. Resultant embryo is implanted in the uterus of same woman. Name of the semen donor is strictly kept secret as per the law. Thank you.